The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that the relationship between Brooke, Ridge, and Taylor continues to be the center of complex conflicts and emotions. Each detail revealed has pushed the story to a new level with tension and unexpected twists. Brooke, who has always been known for her intelligence and determination, this time refused to admit that her daughter Hope had manipulated Carter. This was not only an act of protecting her daughter, but also showed the hidden confrontation between Brooke and Ridge. Ridge did not hesitate to mention that Hope had been playing with Finn and Thomas, making the family situation more tense. Ridge even called Hope by bad names, expressing anger and disappointment. However, Brooke quickly reacted, defending her daughter and not afraid to criticize Ridge. She said outright that calling others names was wrong and emphasized that Ridge had jumped into bed with Taylor was also wrong. Brooke is not afraid to point out Ridge's past mistakes, especially his need for attention and admiration from many different women. "You always need to stroke your ego," Brooke says bitterly. Ridge, who is arrogant and refuses to admit mistakes, reacts strongly. Brooke emphasizes that he made his choice when he chose Taylor, and she does not hesitate to express her disappointment with that decision. The argument becomes more intense when Brooke mentions that she is not considered a true member of the Forrester family. She feels disrespected and treated as an inferior by Steffi, which hurts her even more. In an emotional moment, Brooke gently touches Ridge's cheek but then immediately slaps him. The slap is not only an expression of anger, but also an outburst of pent-up emotions. She coldly tells Ridge to enjoy his second choice, referring to Taylor as soon as Taylor enters the room. In an act of anger and determination, Brooke pushed Taylor hard as she walked away. This action would certainly push their relationship into a dead end. Ridge, after this incident, affirmed that he would not forgive Brooke for that slap. But what Ridge did not expect was that Brooke was hiding a big secret. Brooke had cancer, something she kept secret because she did not want to worry her loved ones. This was not only a physical challenge, but also a mental challenge for Brooke, who always appeared strong and resilient. However, this disease would soon affect Brooke when she could no longer continue with medication. Her health gradually declined, and this would certainly change the course of the story. When Ridge discovered the truth, he might feel remorse for the way he treated Brooke, especially after the slap and hurtful words before. But will Ridge's remorse come in time? And will Brooke be willing to forgive Ridge for the hurt he has caused? The complicated relationship between Brooke, Ridge, and Taylor is not only a story of love, but also a story of self-respect, sacrifice, and personal struggles. This story promises to bring emotional moments and unpredictable shocks to the audience. With each new revelation, the bold and the beautiful continues to prove that its appeal never fades. Hope returns home and immediately realizes something is wrong when the house is eerily quiet. She walks into the living room and is immediately shocked to see Brooke lying motionless on the floor. Brooke's face is white, showing no signs of life. Hope panics and calls her mother's name repeatedly, but all are just desperate calls. She kneels down, shaking Brooke, her eyes filled with tears that cannot hide her fear. In a tense moment, Hope quickly called an ambulance, hoping that she was still in time to save her mother. When Brooke was taken to the hospital, the atmosphere became heavier than ever. At the hospital, Dr. Finn came out with a serious expression and a diagnosis in hand. Finn began to explain that Brooke was suffering from a serious illness, terminal cancer. But what hurt Hope and the whole family the most was when Finn revealed that Brooke had been silently suffering from this disease for a long time without sharing it with anyone. Instead of treating the disease, Brooke chose to overcome the pain herself with painkillers. However, what was even more worrying was that Finn also discovered a small amount of drugs in Brooke's body, a result of Brooke using stimulants to reduce the severe pain caused by the disease. Hope was completely devastated by what she had just heard. She couldn't believe that she had been so careless and ignored her mother's unusual signs. These past few days, she had been so absorbed in her own life and personal troubles, leaving her beloved mother to deal with both physical and mental pain. Hope began to sink into guilt as she recalled the times Brooke tried to hide her pain to keep a smile on her lips whenever she was with her daughter. Finn didn't let Hope dwell on her thoughts for too long as he continued to say that Brooke's situation was extremely serious. With the cancer having progressed to the final stage, Brooke only had about 3 months left to live. Finn made it clear that there would be no miracle, as Brooke's body was too weak to respond to any treatment. Finn's words were like a knife stabbing straight into Hope's heart, causing her to cry uncontrollably. This news not only shocked Hope, but also raised a big question mark about the relationship between Brooke and Ridge Forrester. Is Ridge willing to be with Brooke in her final days to make up for the mistakes he made? Ridge has long been an important part of Brooke's life, but misunderstandings and betrayals have created a distance between them. Now that Brooke's time is running out, this may be Ridge's last chance to prove his true feelings and help Brooke feel comforted in her remaining days. This episode promises to bring emotional and heartbreaking moments to the audience, hoping that Hope, Ridge, and all of Brooke's loved ones will stand by her so that she does not have to face this fatal disease alone. But the question remains whether Ridge has the courage to overcome all barriers and return to Brooke, or will he continue to let distance and conflict control his decisions? The Bold and the Beautiful is sure to continue to tear up viewers as Brooke Logan's story comes to an emotional conclusion. Brooke's final moments will not only be a journey of coping with illness, but also a journey of love, forgiveness, and family relationships tested to the core. Steffi, always strong and determined, shares her plans with her loved ones in the Forrester family. Her determination to protect the company from the control of others becomes the focus of the story, but Stephys' plan is not simply a legal or business battle. She decides to use psychological tactics to break up the alliances that she believes are threatening the family's interests. What is interesting is that Steffi receives important information from Daphne, a mysterious character in the story. Daphne not only brings news, but also becomes an important chess piece in Stephys' plan. This connection opens up potential possibilities, while making viewers wonder if Steffi is on the right track or is putting herself in danger. Daphne is portrayed as a shrewd woman who is not afraid to use her charm to achieve her goals. Steffi, thinking that Hope is behind the company takeover plan, decides to use Daphne to create a rift between Carter and Hope. Steffi believes that Carter just needs a more prestigious piece of jewelry to distract and weaken Hope's position. However, what Steffi does not anticipate is that Daphne may actually fall for Carter, which is a major twist in the story. If Daphne turns from an ally to an uncontrollable factor, Steffi's plan will fall apart completely. There is even a possibility that Daphne will side with Hope, causing a painful betrayal and putting Steffi in a difficult position. Steffi has always been known for her control and confidence, but this time she may face a heavy blow. Her plan not only depends on Daphne, but also has to confront the machinations of Hope and her supporters. The risk of losing the company becomes more and more obvious when Steffi realizes that not everything can be controlled by tactical calculation alone. If Daphne betrays or decides not to follow the original plan, Steffi will face the biggest failure of her career. The feeling of betrayal from the person she trusted can hurt deeply and push her into a state of crisis. The next developments will make the audience unable to take their eyes off. Can Steffi turn the situation around and protect the company Forrester Creations? Or will she pay a heavy price for her decisions? The complicated relationships between Daphne, Carter, Hope, and Steffi will certainly create an explosive conflict where no one can be sure of winning. The Bold and the Beautiful continues to prove its worth with its dramatic plots, intertwined relationships, and intense emotions. Don't miss the next episode to see how Steffi faces the challenge and whether she can protect her family's legacy.